Hi everyone, welcome to this video where we are going to learn about the basics of Amazon OpenSearch. So in this video you are going to learn about Amazon OpenSearch, which service that comes in the analytics category of AWS, what it does, the feature that it offers and its working, and also the benefits. We will also see a few use cases of Amazon OpenSearch. Then we will see a demonstration on how we can create a domain on Amazon OpenSearch, and then I will give you a brief overview of ELK Stack as well. So let's begin with the video, but before that let me give you a little bit introduction about myself. So my name is Aishwarya Sood. I am a software engineer and AWS trainer by profession. I am 3x AWS certified and also an AWS Academy accredited educator. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. This is my profile name, Aishwarya Sood 29, and also you can scan this QR code to quickly view my profile. So here we are going to learn about Amazon OpenSearch, but many of you would have heard about Amazon Elasticsearch. So before we begin, let me clarify that OpenSearch is nothing but just a successor to Elasticsearch service. For the ones who don't know what Elasticsearch does, let me first tell you a little bit about it. It's a distributed search engine and which is built on Apache Lucene, and it is commonly used for log analytics, for full text search, for security intelligence and business analytics. And to run the open source Elasticsearch, AWS has offered this Amazon OpenSearch service, which makes it easy for you to perform a lot of search and analytical tasks, and it is derived from Elasticsearch. But why this rename has happened? Let's discuss a little bit more about it. Managing and scaling Elasticsearch can be quite a difficult task, and AWS has fulfilled its commitment to rename the Amazon Elasticsearch service to Amazon OpenSearch service, and this rename was necessary because AWS and Elasticsearch BV, who are the creators of Elasticsearch, had a falling out caused by the licensing of the Elasticsearch open source software. So on September 8, 2021, Amazon Elasticsearch service was renamed to Amazon OpenSearch, and it's a community driven and Apache version 2 licensed fork of open source Elasticsearch and Kibana. So OpenSearch will support OpenSearch as well as the legacy Elasticsearch open source service. So let's see what are the things that have been changed after this transition and what are the things that are still staying the same after the transition. We will see a little bit about them. So a few things that have changed, like the few API versions, there are around 21 API operations that are replaced with quite more concise names. Like for example, I have given one here from like the old name was create Elasticsearch domain, and it is now changed to create domain, which is quite more concise. And also few instance types have been renamed, like the new name is m6g.large.search rather than m6g.large.elasticsearch. Although the API versions and the names have been quite changed, but the OpenSearch will continue to support both of the versions. And because of these API changes, you will have to make few changes to your access policies as well. And there are some resources that have been launched newly itself in the new fork. And also the Kibana dashboards, which were used for visualizations, now it is named to OpenSearch dashboards. And also a few CloudWatch metrics have been renamed. Also in the billing and cost management console, the changes are like the previous data, the past data that is here, it will continue to use the same names, but the new data that will be stored, it will be stored in the new formats that have been launched. And also new event formats are there. That is the format of the events that this OpenSearch will be sending to the CloudWatch, and the CloudWatch events, that is now the event bridge. So these are some changes that have been made after the rename has happened. And apart from these changes, there are some features and functionality which will continue to remain the same, such as the service principal, which is es.amazon.com, which will remain the same, some domain ARNs and domain endpoints, and also the CloudWatch namespaces will stay the same, and also the Kibana rules in the OpenSearch dashboards. So now let's move to discuss a little bit more about Amazon OpenSearch. We can run Apache 2.0 licensed Elasticsearch versions on on-premises, on Amazon EC2, or on Amazon OpenSearch service, which we just are going to start. But what's the difference between like all of these three things? With on-premises or Amazon EC2 deployments, you will be responsible for installing Elasticsearch and other necessary software, provisioning and infrastructure, and managing the cluster. But Amazon OpenSearch service, on the other hand, since it's a fully managed service, so you do not have to worry about the time consuming cluster management tasks such as hardware provisioning, software patching, failure recovery, any kind of updates, backups, and also the monitoring. It's a distributed open source search and analytics suite used for a broad set of use cases, like it is commonly used for log analytics, full text search, security intelligence, business analytics, real-time application monitoring, and website search, and a lot more use cases. It provides a highly scalable system for providing fast access and response to large volumes of data with an integrated visualization tool, which is nothing but the open source dashboards, and that makes it easy for the users to explore the data. And with Amazon OpenSearch, we can also use a machine learning to detect the anomalies in real time, auto tune your clusters, and personalize your search results. So few of these things we will be seeing in the demo as well. And OpenSearch and OpenSearch dashboards were originally derived from the Elasticsearch 7.10.2 and Kibana 7.10.2 versions respectively. So that was about like few of the basic points about Amazon OpenSearch, but we will understand more once we see the working and once we see the demo in the console. So let's first discuss the working of Amazon OpenSearch. How exactly does it work? It supports structured as well as unstructured data analysis that can be accessed through a JSON based query language, or that is specific to OpenSearch, and we can send the data in the form of JSON documents to OpenSearch using the API or any ingestion tool such as Logstash and Amazon Kinesis Firehose. And OpenSearch will automatically store the original document and will add a searchable reference to the document in the cluster's index, and we can then search and retrieve the document using the OpenSearch API. So we generally use Kibana, which is now named as the OpenSearch dashboard, which is nothing but a visualization tool with OpenSearch to visualize the data and build interactive dashboards. So for this, I will also show you in the console how to set this up. And as shown here, you can see we collect various types of data such as log files, metrics, messages, documents, and lists in terms of JSON files and from our running services. So once the data is collected, it is provided as an input to the Amazon OpenSearch, and in return we receive output to real-time insights, and these outputs are used to monitor and debug the applications and infrastructure and for other use cases. Let's look into a few more use cases of OpenSearch. So there are various use cases of Amazon OpenSearch. Few of them have been listed here. We will start with the first one, that is monitor and debug applications and infrastructure. With OpenSearch, you easily store and analyze the data for comprehensive visibility into your system performance with observability, logs, metrics, and traces. You can also set up automated alerts when the system underperforms and find the root cause for the availability issues. Next use case is manage the security and event information. So you can centralize and analyze the logs from applications and systems across your network for real-time threat detection and incident management. And the third use case that I have mentioned here is that you can enable seamless personalized search. So OpenSearch will help user quickly find relevant data with the fast personalized search experience within the applications, websites and data lake catalogs. So this was about use cases. So we have learned quite a few things about Amazon OpenSearch. Now it's better if we will see how to actually work on it on the AWS console. So we will create an OpenSearch domain in the AWS console. I will just tell you how to create a domain, how to set it up and how to use the dashboards for the visualizations. So what's exactly a domain? It is quite similar to the OpenSearch clusters itself. Domains are the clusters with the settings, instance types, instance counts and storage resources that you specify. So let's go to the AWS console and see how we can create an OpenSearch domain on AWS. So the first step will be to create the OpenSearch domain, which I just told you, like it is just like a cluster. So we will add some sample data into our cluster, which will be the second step. And then after that, we will visualize that data using the dashboards of OpenSearch. So under the analytics category, you can find the Amazon OpenSearch. Here it is. So just click on create a new domain. And for the deployment type, we can keep the development and testing for now because it just uses one AZ. But if you are creating this domain for the production level, you can click this option so that multi AZs will be used. And if you choose a custom, then it will let you choose from all the configuration options. And version, it's up to you which one do you want to keep. For now, I am just using the latest, which is related to the OpenSearch. If you want the Elasticsearch, so these versions are the ones that are supported. Let me keep the latest one. Then click on next. Here I have to give a domain name. So for the domain names, it should start with a lowercase letter. It should be unique to your account and region, and it can be between 3 and 28 characters. So for this demo, what I will do, I will give it the name for flights because we will be adding some sample data for the flights itself. So I am creating a domain name for the flights. I can also use a custom endpoint if I do not want the default one that Elasticsearch, the OpenSearch gives me. For that, I can enable it here. And auto tune, it is enabled by default, but you can also disable it. If you keep it enabled, it will automatically suggest and also make the node level and the memory configuration changes that require no downtime, such as tuning queues and cache sizes, so as to improve the speed and scalability. So let's go ahead. I am keeping it as enabled. I can specify a maintenance window, but for now I do not need it. So instance type for my nodes, let me select a smaller type. For the T2 general purpose, it should be fine. So for here, I'll go for T3.small.search, and yeah, because this is free tier eligible as well. And number of nodes, let it be 1 itself. And then storage, this is fine. I can leave it as default. I am not creating anything else. I am leaving this setting also. The dedicated master nodes also default itself. Okay, because I am not using it for production level, I am just using it for the development and testing purposes. So I can leave this as default. Then click on next. So here in the access, in the network configuration, here for the sake of simplicity, currently I am giving it the public access. I am just keeping this. And for the fine-grained access control, let me create a master user. Just give a username and password. For these will be the credentials which will be using when we want the dashboard for the visualizations and for few other purposes. So make sure you remember this one and confirm the master password. So going ahead, we can leave the SAML and Cognito authentication for now. And for the access policy, let's select the allow open access to the domain, because for this demo, the fine-grained access control handles the authentication and not the domain access policy. Encryption, let it be default, whatever it is, and click on next. Tags I can add optionally if I want, but I'm not going to add the tags as of now. And then click on next and review all the configuration choices that you have made in the previous steps. So here I am okay with all the configurations that I have made earlier, and now I can click on confirm. So my domain will be created now, and it usually takes around 15 to 20 minutes to come this domain into the active status. So currently it is just saying loading. I will have to wait for a few minutes, like almost 15 minutes I will have to wait, and I am pausing the video till now, and I'll be back once it comes into the active state. So after waiting for almost 15 minutes, now my domain is active and it is ready to use. This is how the endpoint looks like for the domain, and this is where I can access the OpenSearch dashboards. Okay, so let's go to the dashboards, and from there itself we will add some sample data to our cluster, which is the domain itself, and then we will visualize that using the dashboards. So here first, to access the dashboards, I have to first log in. So if you remember, I created a username and password while creating the domain in OpenSearch. So that same username and password I have to use here. Logging in into the dashboards, and let's see. So here I am into the dashboard. There's a pop-up to just select if I want to add the data now, or if I want to explore on my own. If I have some other data, I can add that, but I can also add some sample data. So I am just keeping it as private for now, or you can also keep it global, as and when like whatever you want, you can just keep the settings. And here I will add some sample data. So this sample data, the flight data is available. For some e-commerce orders, the data is available, and some sample weblogs are available. So this was the data that I was talking about earlier. So I created a domain for the flights data, which they have provided here as well. You can also try it out just to understand the working and the like how it works exactly, the dashboards and the OpenSearch domains. You can also explore this sample data. So for the sample flight data, I'm just clicking on add data, and it will be added and it will be ready to visualize through my dashboard. So let's wait until it adds the data. Yes, the data has been added into my cluster, that is the domain. Now if I click on view data, I can see the dashboard is open now. I can use the search bar to search anything. Okay, this is what the OpenSearch does, and this is the dashboard that I am getting here. This is what the purpose of Kibana, which is now the OpenSearch dashboard. You can see the sample flights data, whatever was ingested as a sample, it has all of this data. It's still loading few of the things. Okay, so I can see, I can visualize it through this interactive dashboard. I can search, I can add the filters. So let me add a filter here. Amsterdam and destination city. Let me select something from here. Room. Let's select this one, and average ticket price. I just want this much, and then apply changes. So it will load that appropriate data. So there is a total of one flight that is available. Average ticket price is $308. I can see, and the delays, the cancellations, all kinds of data, delay type, few more things, also the weather they have given. All of these things I am able to see. I can also clear all the filters and then just click on apply changes. And again, the same data which was there earlier before filtering, it will be available within a second. Yeah, it's here. So you can see the original data is here. I can just apply the filters, or I can also search something from here, like any city name. You can just see and search the city name here, and it will give you the data for that particular city. So let me add Bangalore here, and let me see what is the data that it is giving. Yes, I am able to see the appropriate data for the Bangalore. That is the search query that I have entered here. Okay, the flights that are there, the average ticket price, delays and cancellations, again the weather. So all of these things you are able to see by filtering, and by like personalized search you are able to get here through the dashboards. So if you want to explore it more, you can check a few more things from here. If you just click on discover, you will be able to see all the data that is actually uploaded here as a sample data. Also, you can create one more dashboard, which I will show you. So this is a data that is uploaded as a sample data. And apart from this, you can go to dashboards from here. And here the dashboard is available, which I just added as the sample data. Let me see the visualize. So here is all the data that is available, and also the type of that. I can create one more visualization here. Also a few other things that you can see here. We have some plugins. So these things we will be discussing after this demo once we go back to the slides. So this is basically how you can set up the OpenSearch cluster or the domain. This was just a sample data that I uploaded to my domain, but apart from this, I can delete this one and I can upload some other data which is personalized, which is something specific to my use case. So I can upload that data and I can visualize it the same way, just going to the dashboards. Okay, just going to the dashboards, and my data will be visualized here based on whatever data I have uploaded. So if I remove this, and I'll be able to get all the normal data without any personalization, because I entered Bangalore. Now I have removed it. So now I will be able to see the original data that was there. 314 total flights are there, and this is average ticket price. All the things that are there in this sample, you are able to see that. Okay, so this is how you can set up and you can customize based on your requirements. Now let's get back to the slides and start with the next topic. But before I start with the ELK stack, one thing more that I want to tell you regarding the demo that we just performed. We can also use this OpenSearch dashboard for the DynamoDB data. For that, what we have to do, we just need to train the DynamoDB data while uploading it in the OpenSearch cluster, and then we can perform many search queries related operations on our data. Okay, so that's also a very great case of using this OpenSearch. Now next topic is ELK Stack. The ELK stack is an acronym for describing the stack that comprises three popular projects, that is Elasticsearch, Logstash and Kibana. This ELK stack gives you the ability to aggregate logs from all your systems and applications, analyzes these logs and create visualizations for this application and infrastructure monitoring, faster troubleshooting, security analytics and more and many more use cases. So in this ELK, E stands for Elasticsearch, which is just used for search and analytics, since this is a search and analytics engine. This supports various languages, high performance, and it can also be used for various log analytics and search use cases. Basically for search engine purposes, the Elasticsearch will be used. Then comes the Logstash. L stands for Logstash, and Logstash is an open source data ingestion tool that will allow you to collect the data from a variety of sources, then transform it and then send it to your desired destination. So this for search engines, this for data ingestion, and next is the K, that is the Kibana. Kibana is a data visualization and exploration tool for reviewing logs and events, and it offers easy to use interactive charts, pre-built aggregation and filters, and also geospatial support, like just how we saw just now in the demo, the dashboard, complete dashboard. That is what the purpose is Kibana. Now that it is named to OpenSearch dashboard, so that now we are calling it OpenSearch dashboard, but earlier it was Kibana. It is derived from that itself. Okay, so basically the purpose is, this is for search engines, the Elasticsearch, Logstash for data ingestion, and Kibana for all the visualization and the dashboards. And this ELK stack fulfills a need in the log analytics space. It provides a simple yet robust log analysis solution for all the developers and the DevOps engineers to gain valuable insights on failure diagnosis, application performance, and also infrastructure monitoring at a very low price. You can choose to deploy and manage the ELK stack yourself with the Elasticsearch and Kibana, that is obviously up to until the version 7, or you can also self-manage an open source alternative to the ELK stack with OpenSearch dashboards, and Logstash. The choice is up to you based on how you need the management to be taken care of. So we have seen how the OpenSearch works and also a few use cases of it, and we have come to know that there are numerous benefits that this service offers, including high performance, near real-time operations, easy application deployment, and a lot more. But why should you go for Amazon OpenSearch? Let me answer this in short, and then we will see its features. So OpenSearch enables you to easily ingest, secure, search, aggregate, view, and analyze data. These capabilities are popular for use cases such as application search, log analytics, and more. With OpenSearch, you benefit from having an open source product you can use, modify, extend, monetize, and resell how you want. At the same time, AWS will continue to provide a secure, high-quality search and analytics suite with a rich roadmap of new and innovative functionality. And now let's discuss some of the great features of Amazon OpenSearch, and we will wrap up the video with that topic, so that you can get your answer that when you have to go for Amazon OpenSearch. Okay, so starting with the features, there are some features that OpenSearch already provides that were not previously available in open source Elasticsearch, such as first is the advanced security. So OpenSearch is offering you encryption. If noticed that while I was configuring the OpenSearch domain, it gave me the option for encryption. Also, it supports authentication, authorization, and auditing features. They include integrations with the Active Directory, LDAP, SAML, JSON Web Tokens, and few more things. And OpenSearch also provides fine-grained role-based access control to indices, documents, and fields. They are the parts of the data that we upload to the OpenSearch. Next is the SQL query syntax. It provides the similar or familiar SQL query syntax. We can use aggregations, group by, or where clause to investigate the data that we are uploading and read the data as JSON documents or also the CSV tables, so that you have the flexibility to use the format that works the best for you. Next is anomaly detection. So it leverages the machine learning anomaly detection based on the RCF algorithm to automatically detect anomalies as your data is ingested, and we can combine it with alerting to monitor the data in near real time and automatically send the alert notifications. Next is asynchronous search. So we can run complex queries without worrying about the query timing out, and with the asynchronous search, queries running in the background. So you can also track the query progress and retrieve the partial results as they become available. Next is the dashboard notebooks. We can combine dashboards, visualizations, text, and more to provide context and detailed explanations when analyzing the data. Last but not the least here is alerting. So we can automatically monitor the data and send alert notifications automatically to the stakeholders within an interface and a powerful API, easily set up, manage, and monitor the alerts. You are able to do that if you are using the alerting, and you can also craft highly specific alert conditions using OpenSearch full query language and scripting capabilities. So that was about a few features, the use cases, and a lot more about OpenSearch. I hope you have understood all the basics and the related features of Amazon OpenSearch. We will meet in the next video. Till then, thank you.